So, along with the research that I did for years about this shit, is the fact that so when you inject these compounds, the compounds that signal the pituitary gland to excrete and produce more HGH, human growth hormone, you cannot have carbs, I believe, 2 to 4 hours before you inject. Reason being, all right, so the pituitary gland will not secrete, which is actually release. It'll produce the HGH, but if there is carbohydrates in your body, what happens is you have high insulin levels, your blood sugar spikes, right? Human growth hormone will not be released by the pituitary gland if your blood sugar is high, because it feels that it's in a state of emergency. It feels like it's in fight or flight mode because the pituitary gland sees that your blood sugar levels are elevated. The body's a perfect fucking machine, dude. So you have to actually, I'm going to do this next. I have to buy a glucose monitor, like a diabetic uses, the ones that they prick your finger, because every time I inject it, I got to make sure that I'm at a fasting glucose level. It's crazy. So there's protocols, there's criteria to this. Discipline. I'm eating cheese, so I looked it up on the back of the crackers. It's I didn't check the tuna. Fuck, hold on. I made tuna, avocado, lime, avocado, mayonnaise, lime, salt. That's it. So it's 13 grams of carbs per 5 crackers. I don't have the packaging for the cheese. Do I have the nutrition on here? No. For nutrition information, call blah blah blah. Yeah, it won't tell me how many carbs this has. It's cheese. It's got lactose in it. Lactose is a sugar. So definitely carbs in this. So I'd say to be safe, I don't know, 3 grams of carbs each. 6 grams of carbs. 5 crackers will be 19 grams of carbs. So whatever. While I eat, so basically what this is going to do is the crackers and all the carbs over here too, that's going to make my glucose levels rise, my blood sugar. So if I were to eat this meal and immediately inject that, it'd be a waste. It won't release the growth hormone because my insulin levels are elevated. Telling you, it's very, very detailed. So I have to eat this real quick. Sorry, it's 8:30. Takes about an hour to spike. So 9:30. 10:30, it'll start coming down, like about by 50%. You got to wait basically 4 hours before you can inject that shit. And this is why it's imperative to have a glucose monitor. So that way when you inject it, guaranteed for sure, no matter what, 100. Now I got to stack it up like this per cracker so I can fucking save on the carbohydrates. This one kind of tuna, 43 grams of protein. Crazy. If I was eating tuna in the day, it would be 2 cans, which is 86 grams of protein just with 2 cans of tuna. Fucking crazy. I don't know why no one else eats tuna. And it's very clean. It just has a lot of sodium because it's in a can. Each can has 390 milligrams of sodium. And like a low sodium diet for somebody with heart problems like me, it's supposed to be 1,500 to like the 2,300 range milligrams. And 2 cans of tuna gives me 700. Scary, right? That's why you take things like dandelion root. Dandelion root is an antioxidant and anti-inflammatory, and it helps with water retention. When you have a lot of sodium, your body retains water, so it puts more strain on the heart. A lot of bad things happen. So, but if you're having problems with sodium and you have a lot of sodium, you take dandelion root, and that'll elevate it to a higher level through a threshold. And that means you could have, less problems with palpitations and, your blood pressure rising. What do I want to do, bro? Shut up. Sorry, I'm fucking starving and I have to hurry up and eat this. Let's see what's gangsta.
Do not make this mistake if you're taking CJC 1295 with Ipamor. You're taking these peptides in an effort to boost growth hormone so you can build more lean muscle mass, lose body fat, improve your recovery times, and hit your weight loss goals by summer. Do not eat, especially carbs, 3 hours before the injection and an hour after the injection. If If you're injecting this peptide into your body and then consuming junk or alcohol, or even just at all, any carbohydrate at all, you're almost completely shutting that medication off. You're not gonna get the benefits. If you want the benefits, if you wanna use these peptides, you need to do it right. Do not eat. The majority of my patients that are on this peptide get amazing results. The ones who don't get results are the ones who are going out drinking after injecting and then eating junk food, or who just have a snack. You have to have the discipline to have absolutely nothing 3 hours before, 1 hour after. Do not.
So for men who are obviously attempting to lose their belly, get leaner.
I choose the no DAC option. So it's like, you know, a scalpel in your day. You can choose when exactly.
CJC 1295, usually paired with ipamorelin or tesamorelin. Which one will be better for building muscle mass and losing body fat? Let's talk about it. Okay, so tesamorelin is a powerful growth hormone secretagogue. It's actually FDA approved for HIV patients suffering with lipodystrophy, this medical condition with a lot of visceral body fat and central adiposity. So it literally is made for burning belly fat. Pretty awesome feature. Now, the CJC 1295, ipamorelin, is another class of growth hormone secretagogues, still very potent. It's actually two different compounds, a GHRP and a GHRH, and does a really good job stimulating the release of growth hormone. Truthfully, you can't go wrong with either class. Also, samorelin is a worthy mentionable one as well. All these are going to do is improve.
No sugar, no carbs. It's got bullshit sweeteners and shit. Terrible stuff for me. But I got it because it has 0 calories, 0 carbs, 0 protein, 0 everything. There's literally no calories in this. So there's no sugar, there's no carbs. This doesn't affect my blood sugar levels. So
and increase the release of your own internal growth hormone. But I got to be honest with you, none of these will do shit if you don't implement better lifestyle. CJC 1295, usually.
I say shit.
All right, Dr. Mo, we're going to try out these.
We already saw this guy.
Here is a quick physique update.
Don't care. Come on. How to?
If you put 3 ml.
Okay.
One of the other peptides that, oh my gosh, everybody wants to hear about right now is CJC 1295 combined with ipamorelin. Think about increasing your muscle mass by increasing your fat metabolism. So you're essentially shredding your fat so that your muscles actually show. So when you go to the gym, when you're working out, it actually will give you the results you're looking for. The ipamorelin is going to get your own body to release more growth hormone. So you're not injecting your body with growth hormone, but you're encouraging your own cells to produce more growth hormone that your body needs to be able to have energy, stamina, muscle mass, strength, and all the things that we want to attain the longevity that we need. One of the other.
I'm excited as fuck.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It is time for cycle 2 of my peptide test, the CJC 1295 and ipamorelin peptides. If you've watched my other videos in my playlist, by the way, subscribe if you haven't yet, if you want to follow along how this goes. I started making these videos because I was intrigued by all the hype about peptides on TikTok. And the thing I noticed, though, was everybody hyping it was also selling it. So I just want to be a regular dude testing this stuff out. So about to start cycle 2. I just got my stuff in. Let me show you that. I've also just got my new scan to start the next cycle. I want to share those results with you. But let's look at the stuff I got in the mail first. So my man doctor orders this and has it sent to me. So here's basically what I get in the kit. They send me usually a package of the syringes. These are like the really small syringes that I use for this. Only 10, so it lasts me for 2 weeks. I have to order more whenever I need them, but my doctor orders them for me. So you have here several alcohol swabs, got 6 of those. They send me 3 needles to do the mix of the bacteriostatic, hey, I said it right, water, so that whenever I put this into this, I'm only going to end up needing one of these to do this because just a one-time mixing from here over into the peptide powder. But this is what I wanted to show you. Let me actually take this over to a window. Sorry for the movement. I didn't have a chance to show you this last time. So basically, trying to frame this. All right, so here is the, here we go, CJC 1295 EPA. Yeah, and so I had mentioned before it comes in a powder form. You can see it down here at the bottom. And so what's going to happen is I'm going to put the bacteriostatic water. I'm going to put 6 units into here. And then I'm going to slowly spin this to mix the thing up. And then I'm going to refrigerate it. But I wanted to show you kind of what it looked like out of the bottle. Somebody had asked me before a question about something on here. I'm going to guess it's right where my thumb is at. I don't know. If that's what you're interested in, hopefully that answers your question. Oh, I got a lot of questions on, is it the mix? Yes, it is the mix. As you can see, it's both in there. So, yeah. All right, 6923, the last column is my most recent scan. You can see the bottom line. From 30 days ago, my body fat percentage went down over a percentage again. The scan before that, it went from 20 to 19 to 18. In fact, whenever I started this, see that spike at the bottom, 21.2? That's whenever I started cycle 1. That's where my body fat percentage was at. I am now down to under 18. I'm not ready to chalk that up to peptides. I think part of that has just been healthy lifestyle changes that I've made during that time frame. But I made a video last month that I was really shocked at my scan at that time because not the last column, but the second to last column, you'll notice that my overall weight went down, and that's on the top line. On the second line, my muscle went up from 121.3 to 122, almost a pound of muscle. And that's the first time out of all of these scans that I've done in the past where my weight went down, but my muscle went up. And then it happened again on this last scan. The weight went down again, but my muscle went up again. So that was my big eyebrow raise from cycle 1 was I never have that happen where my overall weight goes down, but my muscle goes up. Usually it's muscle goes up, but so does my weight. If my weight goes down, my muscle goes down.
You gotta understand, losing weight and losing fat are 2 different things. You know, when you have you know, like if you tell a bodybuilder, "Oh, you're trying to lose weight," he's gonna be like, "Hell no." They want their weight to go up, but in muscle mass. So muscle and fat both weigh separately. So if you are muscular and you weigh, let's say, 200 pounds, like it takes longer to build muscle than it is to burn fat. So because with muscle, you have to build the muscle and then you have to maintain it. And then you have to properly feed the muscle, properly hydrate the muscle, properly rest the muscle. So actually going up in muscle percentage, you know, muscle mass percentage, like in a month, is difficult to do. You know what I'm saying? Even if you train all the time, there's, you know, you get injured and stuff. There's so many variables in the equation of building muscle that it's not that easy to just fucking do it. So burning fat to me is easier because all you got to do is be disciplined with your mouth. Stop eating, you know, so many calories, so much sugar, so many carbohydrates, you know, eat cleaner, eat 1 time a day, intermittent fasting, drink a lot of water, sodium, minerals, you know, magnesium, potassium. Just have those in you so you can be hydrated while you're having less food. Eat more fruits, you know, for like, you know, as far as like watermelons or berries and stuff like that, not the processed and nasty stuff. So it's easier to lose fat, you know what I'm saying? So like if a bodybuilder is at a certain weight, right, and then they lose fat, they're going to drop weight, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, you know, because dropping weight and fat is a good thing because you become more defined. You get that drier look. You look more aesthetic. You have much more hypertrophy. So, you know, it's, for me, that's a win. Some bodybuilders are like, yeah, fuck that. You know, I don't want to fucking lose weight. I want to gain weight. But if you're going to gain weight, that means you're going to gain muscle and fat. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's just better to me to lose fat, not weight. When someone says, hey, so you want to lose weight? I'm like, no, I don't want to lose weight. I want to lose fat. There's a difference. My muscle weighs a lot too. I don't want to lose that muscle. I don't want to lose that part of the weight. I want to lose fat. I want to gain weight in one aspect and lose weight in another. You know, so it gets complicated once you become more involved in the industry, like, you know, as far as like bodybuilding, steroids, peptides, selective androgen receptor modulators, all that crazy stuff, dude, you know. So it's definitely a journey. It's pretty fun, though. You get to learn a lot of scientific shit, so it's funny. But the thing is, all this stuff is facts, and it has to do with the human body. So that's another reason why I like to experiment with this stuff, because the data's out there and it's you know, it's safe. It's just not FDA approved because these things literally will fucking make you heal from injuries and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So they don't want you to be able to use this shit because then you're going to become, you know, much more healthy. You're not going to get sick as often. You're not going to need their medications at the hospitals anymore. So there's a reason why these things are not FDA approved, and it's because of those reasons. Because, hey, look how great fasting is. Fasting can cure cancer. I don't care if this video gets. I don't give a fuck. I don't even have any subscribers. Nobody watches this shit. This is just me making videos so I can save for later when I'm a millionaire or dead or something. Someone else can see this shit. So basically, what I'm trying to say is the fact that like no one wins from telling you to fast. No doctor's gonna tell you, oh, take a 3-day fast every few weeks, you know. And I bet you won't get sick anymore. I bet you lose weight too. Like no one tells you that. Why? Because who the fuck makes money off that? The water companies. They're gonna sell their water anyways. You feel me? So no one's gonna say, hey, you know what? You have cancer. Let me tell you something, bro. Go on a water fast for 21 days straight. 21 days straight. Don't eat no food. Don't take no medicine. Just drink water, magnesium, potassium, and sodium, and that's it for 21 days, bro. That means that you have the 3 proper electrolytes to have you fucking hydrated, and then in 21 days, I guarantee you the cancer will minimize, or it'll shrink, or maybe even completely disappear. And it's happened. So. You know, it's all about what you can make money off of. And I'm not even sure why the fuck I'm even telling you this. Or you, or any of you motherfuckers. I don't even know you guys. I'm just kidding. All right. So I last ate. I'm gonna say it's 8:41. I last ate like a few minutes ago, but so I'm gonna say 8:40. I'm gonna put a 4-hour timer. Damn, this is fucking like 1 a.m. Gee, fuck. Alarm. That means I can't eat no sniggity snacks, bro. I gotta be disciplined with this shit, bro. I always wake up in the middle of the night, I chug some milk or eat a fucking piece of pie or some shit, some cookies. I just bought 2 jars of jelly because sometimes I be getting them crackers and whoosh, scoop 1 or 2 real quick with the sweet tooth in the middle of the night. My ass gets right back to bed, bro. So that's my weakness, the sweets, the sugar. That's the bad part. So that's the only thing that I gotta work on. That and my injuries, man. I gotta fucking chill. Like I had a back injury. I had to go to the ER because of my back, and then bam, like, you know, like right when the pain started to go away, I went right straight back to the gym, and I was just like, fuck it, I'll just do it light or whatever. And I'm like, bro, I barely take any days off, and my back still feels weird. So like, I need to stop like, you know, being so impatient with it because I'm rushing it, and one day I'm gonna hurt myself, and it's gonna suck. So I'm just so explosive. I'm so high energy. I'm so high frequency. I'm so up there. You know what I'm saying? I'm dialed in at a different level. I operate on a different frequency. I don't get along with people because people are so small-minded and they look like such small, shitty, bad, negative energy. And like people just don't think the same as me. So again, where am I going with this, dude? What the fuck? I'm stoned as fuck. I have to fucking shave, bro. I gotta shave. I gotta clean up a little bit, wash dishes. And I gotta shower before I do this. I want to shower before I reconstitute this shit, man. So I want to have the whole bottle made so that I could just go in and get my injections every day. Because I have to inject, where is that shit? I have to inject up to the 3, which is like, let me see. Oops. That much. I have to inject that much. Damn. Yeah. I thought it would be less. Seeing that the number was low, but damn, the needle. Fuck, I gotta stick this in my belly every day. Damn, dude, I didn't think it was gonna be that big, bro. In my stomach? Damn it. What did I get myself into, bro? Always some fuck shit, Saul. Jesus, man. I hope this shit don't kill me, bro. Always pricking myself with something and stick. All right, look, I got fucking creatine like on the side of my fucking thing. Every bottle of water I drink, I throw creatine in. Every smoothie I make, I throw creatine in it. I fucking put creatine in my coffee, dude. I wake up in the morning, it's right next to my coffee. Scoop! I put that. I put raw cacao, you know, for the neurodegenerative stuff. So, you know, I've become obsessed with becoming the best version of myself. And I need to go shave, take a shower, and discipline myself. 8:40. I'm gonna say I didn't eat last. I mean that I ate last. 8:40. 4 hours. Fucking 4 hours. Debing 4 hours, man. So I can't eat a damn thing. I should eat right now. No, I'm done. That's it. Water and that's it, right? I gotta have water. Yeah, it's not a carb or a fat. That's fine. So beam bam, bam bam, beam bam, boom. Okay. All right, I'm gonna end this shit. You feel me? Like, I'll see y'all later, bro.